guys, welcome back to another video. Today is my first time buyer slash house buying Q&A. I asked on Instagram quite a while ago for questions for this Q&A, and this is it basically. A lot of you that ask me questions are probably thinking, well, we asked these questions ages ago, like where is this video? And sorry, we've just been busy. We've been living here for like over 5 weeks now, so it is pretty late, but better late than never. But yeah, I mean, we've been paying bills, so
lots of bills. Yeah,
so it's kind of like good, I guess, to spread some light on what happens when you buy your first property, because when we were first looking, I had no idea how to even go about it, because obviously they don't teach you in school. I think they should, instead of some of the lessons they teach you, which you don't need. And there's no one really to ask unless someone in your family has a mortgage or has gone through the process, and even then it's like different for everybody. Like, we kind of spoke to your mum about it, but their experience was different to ours. They recommended us a solicitor, and they were really good for them, weren't they? But we just had a bit of difficulty with the same solicitor, so it just shows that, like,
worked out in the end. But
yeah, in the end, but it's like, it was quite, we were the ones that were kind of having to chase it all, and it like they did it wrong a few times, and it was just getting to the point where it was just like exhausting basically. But your mum didn't have that with the same people, so
no,
it's just different for everyone, I guess, and different for if you're doing obviously like help to buy or shared ownership, or if you're just like getting the mortgage by yourself. Like, it's different for everyone and every situation, if you've got a joint mortgage or on your own. So this is just our experience and our answers, so obviously, like, don't take this for like Bible. Like, we're not experts. This is the first time we've done this. Like, this is the first place we've moved into, so what we say is our experience, but like I said, it's probably most likely going to be different for you and your situation. So I just wanted to clear that up. So I'm just gonna start. So the first question was, first step you have to take.
What, in like the whole process?
I guess.
Well, viewing.
Yeah, so viewing. I suppose you've got to kind of know,
work out where you want to live first.
Well, I think before that you've got to figure out like your budget. Like, how much can you...
first of all, speak to a mortgage advisor.
Yeah, first of all, speak to a mortgage advisor, and they would be able to look at your finances, and you would be able to work out how much you'd be able to borrow from the bank. And then from there, when you've got information on price,
so then you know how much you can borrow.
Yeah, then start looking and viewing places. Work out if you want to live in a flat apartment or a house, where in the country you want to live, because obviously different areas are more expensive. The place that we were living before, Hertfordshire, is quite expensive to live. It's quite an expensive place to buy, which is why we've moved out of Hertfordshire, because we just couldn't afford it. So we don't live far, like 40 minutes away from Hertfordshire, but yeah, we just knew that
get more for our money here.
Yeah, we'd get more for our money here. If we were to buy in Hertfordshire, we'd only be able to get like a 1-bedroom, and we knew we wanted somewhere bigger, more spacious, and yeah, it worked out for us. So I think the first step is to speak to a mortgage advisor. You can get free mortgage advisors. Ours ended up being free because it was just...
Yeah, so we went with someone that was free. And then there's obviously you can get ones that charge.
Yeah.
But the only thing when you go with ones that are free like us, they pester you for to sell you life insurance and
for different things. And we only went with these mortgage advisors that we went for in the end was because Taylor Wimpey kind of worked alongside them, and this flat is by Taylor Wimpey, and it just kind of made sense for us to conjoin it all together instead of having loads of different, like a different mortgage advisor, different like builder, different solicitor. It'd just be easier to like combine them. Obviously not the solicitor was completely different, but yeah, the first mortgage advisor we spoke to, I literally found her on Instagram. So you could just type in on Instagram, this is what I did, mortgage advisors, and it literally came up with so many. And they range from prices from like, what was the one that, how much was that one gonna be? Well, it wasn't that much, was it?
no, £250, and then I think at the end you had to pay something else. Wasn't a lot though.
But you only had to pay once the mortgage had been accepted.
Yeah, it was less than £500.
Yeah, and we thought we would have to pay about 500, so we were happy with the 250, but in the end we obviously got it for free. So yeah, it's not that much. You can get free ones, you can get ones you pay for. Yeah, so just say find a mortgage advisor first. But like I said, I just put it on Instagram and it literally came up with hundreds, and I just DM'd loads of them and then found one that worked well for us. And obviously I had to kind of find one that was willing to be patient with us, because at the time I was on furlough and my job wasn't like secure because it was in aviation. So a lot of them were kind of saying, no, you can't get a mortgage because of your job, blah, blah, blah. But then the one we found said, yeah, you can. So we stayed with her for a while, but then obviously, like I said, we moved and it was fine because we got the mortgage. So yeah. And then the next one is, how do you get started? So it's kind of like the same question, like how do you get started? Just
you put in after you view, you put in an offer. Is that what it's asking?
I guess, like how.
And then you wait till that gets accepted, or if it doesn't, and then that's when you go through the mortgage stuff first. And then once you do all that, then you go through the solicitor. The solicitor comes last. Yeah.
That's the bit I feel like takes the longest.
I won't go into it all because it's long-winded, but there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I feel like a lot of it is pretty quick. Like our situation was pretty quick, as in the start of it, like we put an offer in, it got accepted pretty much straight away. Whereas I know people have put in offers on places before and they've had to wait weeks. So ours was pretty quick up until the solicitor came into it, and then that's when it kind of longed out with like the searches and all of that kind of stuff, kind of longed it all out. But the first initial part of it was actually quite quick.
Yeah, because there's a lot for the solicitor to do, so nearly every other day they're doing something else for you. Yeah,
and I would say, like, don't be scared or shy to like give them a nudge and just like pester them every day to get updates, because that's what we were doing. Because you've got to remember, you're probably not their only case. They're probably doing like so many other people that you could slip like from like in the cracks or whatever. So if you're like chasing them every single day, you're going to be at the forefront of their mind, and they're just going to want to sort you out, and then you stop bothering them basically. So that's what we did. And yeah, I would just say don't like be shy and chasing. Best tips for saving:
do it the day you get paid.
Yeah,
just put money in the savings account the day you get paid. Even if you get paid weekly or monthly, just do it on that day. Straight
away. And it doesn't matter how much you want to save, whether you want to save 50 quid or £500 a month.
No.
Also, I would say if you're saving for like a mortgage, you know you want to get like a big deposit, big sum of money, I would say set yourself like limits on how many times you'll like go out in a month. So maybe like 4 times a month, you can set yourself like, oh, I'm only going to go out 4 times a month. Or if I'm going out with the girls, I'm only going to spend £100, something like that. Like, just so you kind of like know a rough guide, because I know that some people will go on nights out and literally spend like hundreds of pounds, and obviously you can't, unless you're on like an amazing wage, like you can't really be doing that if you are wanting to save.
Another one is if you get paid monthly, work, obviously there's 4 weeks in a month, so divide it by 4, what you've got left after you pay for everything, and then what you don't spend in that week, save that.
Oh yeah, that's what you do, isn't it?
That's what I do, still do that now.
Yeah.
And then the next week you do the same.
Yeah, because some weeks you only might save like a £5, the next week you might save quite a lot.
I might save 100.
Yeah, and then if you think like throughout that whole year, if you check back a year later, you're going to have saved loads. So yeah. What's behind the scenes of buying? For us, nothing really, because it's all, at first it's the mortgage advisor that like helps you out with a lot of the stuff, and then it's the solicitor, then it's handed over to the solicitor. The only thing that we really did was put an offer in,
fill out a million forms.
Yeah, fill out loads of forms, obviously send in like bank statements and send in like loads of documents and stuff. But other than that, we didn't really do anything after it got accepted.
That's what you pay for them to do.
Yeah, after it got accepted, you like hand it over to the solicitor and they deal with it all. So nothing really, just a million forms to sign, literally a million. Like when you feel like you've filled out enough forms for a lifetime, more come in.
And you have to get witnesses to sign things. And
yeah, it's a very long-winded process. It's just mainly all like waiting for signatures from everyone. So
the whole thing took us about 5 months, 6 months once we put the offer in. So
yeah, we put the offer in
5 months. July. Yeah.
Was it not August?
Oh yeah, it was August the we put the offer in August the 21st. That was it.
Yeah, and then we moved in January. But bearing in mind, like, we would have been able to move in December, but the only reason we had to wait to January was because we were buying a new build and this place wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, so the whole of September into October was the mortgage advisor. Then October to December was the solicitor.
Yeah, and it was done in December, but we had to wait for the building to be done, basically.
Yeah.
Because the people on the bottom floor of this like flat, they all moved in like December. So, but they didn't finish doing like the top and the middle flats. So it can be shorter, but then some people I know, like, it took a lot longer than that. Are you doing shared ownership?
No.
No. We knew kind of straight away we didn't want to do shared ownership, didn't we?
No.
We did at first, when we were first looking, we did look into it, because that was going to be the only way to live in Hertfordshire with a place that we really wanted. But then in the end we kind of weighed it up and we just thought it's not for us. Like, no offense to anyone who is doing shared ownership, like, it's great, like, you're still doing something to move out, but for us, we knew that we wanted to buy somewhere. And yeah, because obviously if you don't know what shared ownership is, it's half rent and half like ownership. So
you still buy it, you just buy a percentage of it.
Yeah, so it's still yours, you're not like renting it as per se, but you're only buying, I think it's up to what, like 60%?
Yeah, a lot of them at the moment are like 30, 40%.
Yeah, most of them are like 30, 40%.
And you pay part rent and then...
Yeah, because then on the other percentage that you don't own of the place, you pay the rent. So you own like half of it, but not all of it. So then when you go to like move out, it's a bit more difficult. So yeah, that's just our personal preference, we just didn't really want to do that. How long does it take? Well, like we said, we started in August.
And it was done in December.
Yeah, done in December.
Obviously there's a lot before that because of the viewing and all that, but actually from...
Yeah, the actual like process is like 5 months. Well, for us, like I said, it's different for everyone. I feel like sometimes the viewing process can be longer. Because obviously you've got to find somewhere that's... Oh, my battery's gonna die of better. Yeah, I feel like sometimes the viewing can sometimes take a little bit longer, especially if you don't know where you want to live or like what you want. We started viewing back in like 2019, but didn't like properly look until like 2020 and then 2021. So yeah, just look around. Like, I wouldn't say view one place and then put an offer in. No. Because I would definitely say like have at least like 3 bookings of viewings. Even if you fall in love with the first one and that is the one you're going to put the offer in, I would say view others, because you might just get overexcited and put an offer in and then it's not right for you.
And before you start viewing, just make sure you got all the deposit money. Yeah,
make sure that you know that you can afford it, and
because that is a big amount of money.
Yeah, and also that you, not just that you have like money for the deposit, but also can you afford everything else that goes with it, like solicitor, the bills and yeah, like solicitor and all that, like first of all, but then after that,
it's quite expensive, isn't it? And then
yeah,
so yeah, the bills,
all the fees when you're buying a property is a lot. So I would say you've got to have like a few grand extra just for the fees.
Yeah. The mortgage money, the broadband, the bills, the
water, electric, council tax.
I paid that today. That was nice.
That's like the worst one. I feel like council tax is the worst one to pay.
Goes up April the 1st.
But yeah, so don't like think, oh yeah, I've got the money for a deposit. Like, you've got to think, have I got money for a deposit, the fees, and then once I've moved in, have I got the money for all the bills every month? Can I afford food every week? Can I like, just, can you afford like furniture, not just like you're scraping by? Because it's a commitment. Okay, the last one was, how many properties did you view? I don't know. I'd say about 10 altogether.
Yeah, and this one obviously we didn't view before.
Well, we did, we went to show home.
Before it, yeah, oh yeah, they go to show home, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say we viewed roughly about 10 properties, all in different areas, which is nice because we could see like what areas are good for us. Obviously when you go and view like a new build, obviously it's not built, so you can't go in there. They have a show home, so that's what we did.
Yeah.
But also when you go to see a show home, like, don't think that's literally what your place is going to look like, because it's not. Like, it's probably set out a bit different. Like, the show home for this was set out different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, when you walked into the front door, the second bedroom was like straight away, whereas this one's not. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's a whole different shaped hallway.
Yeah, so it's like roughly the same, but obviously the floor plan's a bit different. But yeah, oh my god, I feel like I need to like have a drink or something. Like, my throat feels like it's like closing up. I'm not used to talking like for so long. I feel like I've done like a speech or something. So yes, that is all the questions. I had like quite a few of like the same sort of questions, so I just kind of like rounded up to the ones that were different. So there we go. I hope this video was helpful for you in case you are looking to buy this year. So don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and thanks to this one for being a special guest. I'm gonna go and I'll see you in my next video.